I am. I'm $500 an hour. Oh, me. Welcome in. Come on, let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here. There's something seriously wrong with you. Welcome in, everybody. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here. Hello. Time to join the Lord's Hour on 2911 Effect. Started following a lot of these people in here, trying to get to my other peoples. My other peoples. You know, those peoples. Welcome. Hey, Gigi, how are you doing? I'm just trying to get all these shares out right quick. My Gigi, welcome in. Everybody, rock your body. Everybody, rock your body right. Sorry, got all kinds of stuff going through my head right now. Oh Lord, I just didn't sign. All right, let's get in here. We fixing to do something that the Lord's laid on me the last couple of weeks. It's been what I've been going through and trying to figure out, why I'm going through what I'm going through. But you know, when I look back on the scripture and realize what was right in front of my face the whole time, it was kind of, you know, it was an epiphany. I realized that these things were going on. And I had no place. But before we get going, I just wanted to say thank all of y'all. I just wanted to thank all of y'all. Quite a few of y'all got involved in this. Uh, donate a book to the Appalachian Trail Christmas Backpack Book Fund, and we have hit 100 books donated so far. Now, like I said, we're going to be running this till November, so you've still got plenty of time if you ever want to donate one of these books. It's $10. That covers the shipping and the book cost. That's all it costs. $10 to ship to where it's got to go, and $5 for the book, should I say, $5 for the shipping. I don't make anything off of them because the Lord asked me to start donating. I started donating, and with all y'all's helps, the chapel's help, everything like that, we have made 100 books so far. I have made the first order, be in here tomorrow, and then it will be going straight to Appalachian Trail Ministries Christmas backpack fund. So, like I said, you got till November if you want to join in with this. But I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that already has. We're building up Appalachian Trail Ministries. Does a lot of good work up there in the Appalachian Mountains. It's very poverty stricken up there. A lot of coal mining going on up there. So a lot of people don't have a lot. A lot. So what we do in these book bags is we send them Bibles. We donate. Thanks for the join me. We donate whatever we can in their backpacks. So they'll get food. They'll get some sort of clothing and stuff like that. I donated my children's books. I donated so many on my own. I don't even count those in what I donated. But with what y'all did and what the chapel has done, we have hit the first milestone of 100 books. And by the November, the chapel wants to do 1,000 books. So, school supplies. Yeah, thank you, baby. They do school supplies too. And the chapel wants to donate. They think they can get 1,000 books. So if y'all are interested in helping out and adding to that, just let me know. Send me a message on the inside. $5 for the book, $5 for the shipping. If you ain't got enough for the shipping, $5 for the book. We'll take care of the shipping. Just donate the $5 for the book. That's what it costs for the book. We'll take care of it. We got other people in here. I've had several that's donated so many books and a lot of extra on top of the books, where they donate 5-10 books, but they gave me enough that was just in between the 5 or the 10 book thing, where they donated 10.5 books or 5.5 books. So that covers somebody else's shipping. If you can't afford a whole lot, hey, $5 is all it costs for the book. If you want to just donate the book itself, donate the book. Don't say, well, I can't afford $10. You can afford 5, do that. But we're going to get into our sermon tonight. It's a sermon that I've been kind of working with or talking about. Many of y'all know what I've went through over the last 6 months to a year with everything going on in. We'll be praying for you, Gigi. The last 6 months to a year, y'all know what I've been going through. Well, last Friday, April the 10th, I had to go in for surgery. The last thing I was told before we went into surgery is it was going in there to clean out the infection that was in my foot. But there was also the chance that it could have been where they'd have to amputate. It was all according to how bad the infection was in there. I lost this. Well, let me rephrase that. I had this happen over 30 years ago. I had fallen off a house 75 feet, shattered my heel, broke my back, broke my wrist, went through surgery, putting pins, plates all in my heel. And by the time it was all over, said and done, I got a staph infection. Well, it took me a couple of years to get rid of that staph infection. Well, after I got rid of it, I haven't had a problem out of it. Now, I've dealt with pain every day, but it's just the normal pain that I'd have to deal with from the damage that I'd done to my foot. I was told I'd never walk again. I was told that I'd lose my foot back then. But because of God, I didn't. And I was able to completely get up on my feet and get a normal job. What is that noise down there? But anyway, I was able to support my family. I was able to do a lot of things that I was told I wouldn't be able to do. Well, in the past year, 30-something years later, after this was all cleared up, I was able, it come out again. So now I've been dealing with the infection back in my foot over 30 years ago. When it happened, I didn't know it was even coming back. I just started having a lot of pain. Well, in that lot of pain, it ended up about 6 months going on that they finally popped a hole, or they didn't, but the infection finally opened up the side of my foot and started leaking. Um, when it did, that's when I started realizing what was going on with my foot. And we've been fighting this for a good 6 months that the infection's coming out in the foot. So we went in Friday the 10th, had surgery. As you can see, I'm still tied up in a thing for my foot. Not allowed to put any weight on it. Still got stitches in it. But the good news was the doctor said when he got in there, the infection was in a localized area so that he was able to clean it out. And he said the bone was so hard that he could barely get a culture of the bone. He was trying to make sure that the infection wasn't in the bone. Well, he got the culture, and from what I've read on the test results, we're all looking good right now. But I'm still out because I have to run antibiotics every 8 hours through an IV. I have I forget what they call this thing. PICC line. Yeah, that's it. I have a PICC line that starts right there and it runs all the way to here, right at my heart. So y'all keep my wife in your prayers because she gets up every time I need antibiotics, and she actually runs the antibiotics. She has to give me a shot of saline first. Then she has to hook up the antibiotics, which takes 30 minutes to run through the system. And then after that's done, she has to give me another shot of saline through the PICC line and a shot of heparin through the PICC line, and then close it all up. So she's been dealing with this since we got released to come home this past Monday. In the hospital, I was in the hospital. We was running it like it was every 8 hours, but what they were giving me took 4 hours to run. So by the time it was done, in another 4 hours, I was getting some more put in. So we've been going through all that. And God has just laid a lot of this on me about people that going through ailments, and sometimes asking why. I've been going through this for so long. Just like we have one on here, Gigi. She's been with us since the beginning, back in 2020. She's been dealing with ailments for a long period of time. And she knows that God's got her taken care of. We pray for her each and every day. And I even question, because see, I have the same problem too. Sometimes I question God. Look, it's been 30 years. Why are you not? Why am I going through this again? Thank you for the follow. Why am I absolutely going through this again? It's been 30 years and I haven't had any problems. And now all of a sudden I'm getting a problem. Well, that's what this message is about tonight. When the water isn't moving, God still is. See, sometimes because we're going through things, we don't understand why we're going through them. But over here in the side, God's still moving. We just don't see him. Welcome, Gina. I'm glad you came in. Now, our texts are going to come from John 5, 1 through 15. Listen, this is personal. Not only is it personal for me, but it's personal for some of my viewers. Gigi been going through this for, like I said, since 2020. We have several of our longtime viewers that's going through ailments, and they've been going through them for a while. So this, when God laid it on me today, I didn't realize what it was, but when he laid it on me, I come up here and I started working it out. And as I was working it out, I seen where we were going. See, did anybody come expecting God to move, or did you just come to sit? You see, I came expecting God to move because He's already been moving in my life. He's already been moving in a lot of our viewers' lives. And if you just came to sit, that's okay too. But we're going to get it where somewhere God makes a move in your life. You see, when you come to watch or come to receive, there's a difference. When you're just coming to watch, you may not receive the blessing that you're expecting. You've got to sit down and know that God's going to take care of you. And don't get me wrong. I've been doing this since 2020. Six years we've been doing this. I've been an author, evangelist for 6 years. But I still question, God, why? Why am I going through this? And then sometimes I don't even get the answer I want. And sometimes I don't get an answer at all. But He always gives me a sign. Like in the hospital when orthopedists come in and told me what all he found. He found that the infection was only in a localized area. He got that cleaned out. He said the bone was so hard that it could barely get a culture, which is a good news because if the infection was in the bone, it would have been soft. And if you don't understand how a bone is going to be soft, read what the heel bone is. It is just like a sponge. Even though it's bone, it's still a soft side of bone. And if an infection gets in there, it makes it even softer. Now we're going to go to Bethsaida in the Bible. You see, Bethsaida was not a place of celebration. It's a place of brokenness, waiting, frustration. And in the middle of all that mess, there's a man stuck for 38 years. That's why I kind of told you the story about what I've been through, because it's been over 30 years. And I didn't even realize he was stuck there for 38 years. I know it was a long period of time. But 38 years of waking up the same, hurting the same, hoping but nothing changing. I feel this already. And I know somebody in this room does. Gigi, I know you do. You didn't come here strong. You came here tired. All of us have. Welcome to the other side, Gigi. Let's make it real. You're not by a pool. You're stuck. You're stuck in anxiety, financial pressure, relationship that keeps breaking you. A cycle you can't break. You've learned how to function, but not how to be free. And if we're honest, you've asked God, how much longer? Be honest. I've done it. How much longer am I going to have to deal with this, Lord? I'm doing what you asked me to do. How much longer am I going to have to deal with this? I've even had people in here that ask me, if God was so good, then why does this deal with this and that does with that? Because let me tell you something. God didn't want a world like this. God wanted this world to be perfect. But because we gave in to sin, that is what causes everything that's going on today. Sickness. That is what's going on. We invited sin into our lives, and sin is the major factor of disease. The enemy, all his minions, that is what causes depression, anxiety, sickness, addictions, all that. But hear me, just because it's been a long time does not mean God isn't working. See, sometimes God's working and we don't even realize it. He's still working, and he's still working again. Misplaced hope. The man says, I have no one to put me in the water. It's not my fault. It's my situation. You see, in that pool area, they were told that it was healing. Every time the water bubbled, they were told that it was angels coming out to heal people. And because he couldn't walk, he was on the stairs and couldn't get down to the water fast enough because everybody around him just went around him and jumped in front of him. And I know somebody feels like that today. I can't win for losing. I can't win because every time I get this paid, this comes down. Every time I'm healed of this, then I have this. You can't tell me you haven't been there, because you have. We all have. I'm even going through it more today than I did back then, because back then I know who God was, but I wasn't a Christ follower. I was living my life the way I wanted to when this first happened. But God had a plan for me, and that's why I healed up. We do the same thing today. If my money was better, if people treated me right, if life would cooperate. But Jesus never touched the water. He walked past the system. He went straight to the need. Your miracle is not tied to your condition. You don't need the water. You need the healer. It has nothing to do with that water over there. See, so many people are so worried about what somebody else can do to get them out of that situation when they're looking at the wrong spot. They should be looking at God and not that people. You see, you use this in your jobs. Well, if only I made a little more an hour, then I could pay my bills. But the whole thing of if you made a little more an hour, then you're going to go out and spend that little bit more, because that's human nature. When it should be, God, show me how to do this. You see, Jesus asked, do you want to be made well? That question will mess you up. Because some people want help, but not change. Some want relief, but not a transformation. Healing means you can't go back. You can't stay the same. You can't keep the same mindset. You got to want this. Look, everybody knows somebody in their life that, let's use this for an example. I know one right now, but I'm not going to mention no names, but he's kin to me. But I know one right now that anytime he runs into a financial situation, he wants money. But he don't want to get out of the situation that he's in. He much rather somebody just keep giving to him. I just need this little bit. I just need this little bit. 3 months later, I just need this little bit. I just need this little bit. 6 months later, I just need this little bit. I just need to. Wait a minute. Go to God and have him change your life, so when somebody does step up and help you, that is the foot that you needed to step up and completely walk away from that situation, because you can't go back there. It's just like what Tracy and I went through in 2020. You know, I asked God when we were going through the bit of, we were fixing to be divorced. We had divorce papers drawn up. All we had to do was sign. And I asked God, I said, look, God, if you're going to take her out of my life, then you show me what I've done wrong. So when you do bring the next one into my life, I know where to go from there. And you see, God did. He showed me where I needed to come from. And when I came, I haven't went back. Tracy and I sat down together. We mended our marriage because God brought it to us to mend. And when we mended it, we decided there will be no divorce. There will be no walking away from each other. If we get mad at each other, we'll just go to bed and wake up the next morning and try it all over again. Now, our life hasn't been perfect since all this, but it has been great. We still have arguments. We still disagree. Well, not really arguments, but we'll disagree. In fact, we had one yesterday when I wasn't doing completely what the doctor told me to do. She got on my butt, told me I needed to start doing what God asked me to do. Hey, Ray. But see, I came to announce God will step in where people step out. He's not going to leave you. Your husband may leave you. Your wife may leave you. Your son, your daughter, your friends, your family, they may leave you. But God's never going to leave you. That's his promise in the Bible. The promise in the Bible, I will never leave you nor forsake you. You see, I've been off of my lives on Saturday nights for a few weeks because I've been dealing with all this stuff and asking God, why? You know, God, it's been over 30 years since I had to deal with this with my foot. Why? Yeah, I'm a Christ follower. Yes, I'm a Christian author. Yes, I'm an evangelist, but I still question sometimes. It's not always about, God, I know you got this, so I'm not going to worry about it whatsoever. No, you still worry. It still bothers you sometimes. You still ask the question. And you know something? God is so good, he lets you ask the questions. He may not answer you sometimes. Or you may not like the answer he gives you sometimes. But in some way, he's going to answer. See, God's got the big picture. We just don't see it yet. The man said, I have no one. Let that sink in. I have no one. That's the problem we have. All of us have. I have no one to help me. Yeah, you do. You just got to stop and ask. And some of you walked in here feeling that same way. You have no one. Let me tell you something. You got me. I'm right here. I'm just a message away. And I'm always on my TikTok. I'm always on my Facebook. I'm always on my YouTube. I'm always on my Spotify. Somewhere you can get in touch with me. Lord's Book. I have 3 accounts on TikTok. There's a way to get in touch with me some way, somehow. One of my TikToks is my author account. One of my TikToks is my regular account. And one of my TikToks is for promoting stuff like my books. I'm always on here. If you just need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Nobody checking on you. Nobody helping you. Nobody understanding you. But I came to announce God will step in where people are stepping out. God's always there. If God has ever kept you, say He's kept me. You see, God takes care of things. Take it from a man that a couple of years ago lost a finger in a job accident. Hey, Johnny, this year I'm dealing with the surgery from an infection. But God still got me. Thanks for the roses, buddy. God still got me. Do I question it sometimes? Yeah, I question it. But I know He's got me. Deep down, I know He's got me. But human nature is to question, to fear. Even though in the Bible it says 365 times, do not fear. That's do not fear one time a day all year. Thank you, Johnny. We appreciate you coming in here to the lives too. See, Jesus says, rise, take your bed and walk. That can be used in every single situation that we live in. Not just because he couldn't walk. That's what was in the situation for him. Not for me, for you. It may be you are in financial situation. I'm in medical situation. Gigi's a medical situation. It could be anxiety, depression, addiction, whatever it may be. Listen, because Jesus said, pick it up and walk away from it. Don't go back. You see, God took addiction from me. Addiction of drinking, addiction of dipping, tobacco, smokeless tobacco. He took it from me. But you know what? Just as he took it from me, I could have turned around and picked one of them back up, and it would have been just as bad. That's why in here it said to let it go and walk away from it. Be transformed by what God does in your life. You see, sometimes what we're going through, God moves us away from that situation, but we turn right around to pick it up. You see, let's use this as an example. When I used to dip, I put a dip in. It'll last me hour, 2 hours. But there'd be times after I pulled the dip out, I might go 6 hours without dipping. That could have been God trying to take it from me. I went 6 hours without it. What I need it for? But I turned right around and picked it back up. You see, when God took it from me in 2020, I asked him, when he was calling me to do this, I asked him, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take this from me. I had a dip in when I was talking to him and praying to him. I said, I need you to take this from me. It's the last dip of the can, the last can I have tonight. But if you don't take it from me, I'll leave here in the morning and drive straight past a convenience store and pick me up another can to go on to work. So I need you to take it from me tonight. While I had the dip in my mouth, I finished my prayer. I finished my dip that night. I got it out, got ready for bed. Didn't have no more dip in the hotel room with me because I was at FEMA at the time. I was done. That was the last bit of dip. The next morning, I got up and drove by 6 convenience stores. Never once wanted to stop and get me a can of dip. I could have easily stopped and picked up a can, but I didn't. Because God took it from me. I didn't have the taste for it at that time. Did the enemy still try to get me to want it? Yes. The enemy got me in a dream and gave me the taste of the wintergreen Copenhagen that I used to dip. And instead of stopping at the store and getting me one, I turned to my wife and said, honey, I need your prayers. Because the enemy is attacking me, and the enemy's trying to get me to want that dip again. That was the last time the enemy tried to get into my head in a dream and give me that. I haven't wanted it since. And it has been September the 1st, 2020 is when it was taken from me. September the 2nd was the first day I was without it of 2020. So September the 1st of 2026 will be 6 years that I've been completely tobacco free. I feel this strong. God is not waiting on your situation. He's waiting on your response. That's what I was talking about. That's a response. You've got to give him the response. Some of you are waiting to feel it, but faith doesn't wait to feel. Faith moves when God speaks. Remember this. Remember in the Bible, in Moses taking the Israelites out of Egypt, God told Moses to hold up his staff and he would split the Red Sea. What do you think would happen if Moses didn't believe it? If Moses didn't have the faith? You see, God told him to hold up his staff, and God spoke to the sea and separated it. He can do the same for you, whatever you're going through. Whatever you're going through, faith moves when God speaks. So say to yourself right now, I'm moving. I'm moving. Because that's what this is all about. You've got to move and show that you have the faith. The Bible says he picked up his bed. The thing that carried him, he started carrying. You see, he couldn't walk, so he was in that bed. It carried him everywhere he went. Anytime somebody could move him, he'd have them move him, and he stayed in that bed. But what carried him in there, he carried out of. All because, not because of the water, but because Jesus said you are healed. That's what it's all about. It's turning. What used to control you is about to release you. What used to hold you is about to let you go. If it be finances, addiction, anger, anxiety, depression, whatever it may be that you're going through, have the faith that God is going to take it from you and it will let you go. It will completely let you go. Because God says he will never leave you nor forsake you. What used to hold you is about to let you go. If anxiety holds you, if depression holds you, financial restrictions hold you, whatever it is, God says it's about to let you go. Stand up in faith and say, it's going to let me go. I feel a breakthrough in this room. Not next week, not someday, right now. A lot of you follow me. And you know that God can do this. Jesus is walking through this room asking, do you want to be made well? Are you going to give him an excuse? Are you going to accept him making you whole? Let me tell you something. All through the Bible, it talks about God and Jesus healing people. It talks about everybody that's been healed by something or another. This man we're talking about at the pool couldn't walk. He was healed and was able to pick up the bed that carried him and carry it out. But there's one circumstance in the Bible that wasn't just a healing. The person was made whole. And God can do the same thing for you. And that person I'm talking about is the one where in the streets, Jesus is walking along and a woman comes up and just touches the hem of his dress or the hem of his robe. She knew if she just touched it, she would be healed. That is the kind of faith that we need to start having. And a lot of us do have. Yeah, we're going to question sometimes, but we still got that faith. And because of that faith that she said, through the whole thing, if I can just get close enough to touch his robe, not touch him, touch his robe, not have him lay hands on her and say, you be healed, but just her touch his hem. She knew she would be healed. There were hundreds of people in that street, and when she touched him, he turned around and said, who touched me? And the disciples said, Lord, Master, Teacher, there's people all over the place. Everybody's touching everybody. No, somebody touched me. I felt it come out of me. And the girl spoke up and said, I did, Master. I did, Teacher. I knew if I could touch the hem of your robe, I would be healed. And he says, daughter. The only time in the Bible that he calls anybody daughter, daughter. Because of your faith, you are made whole. See, she was dealing with 12 years of bleeding. And she was made whole right then and there. This one we're talking about now, 38 years crippled. And Jesus healed him automatically. I dealt with this foot for 30-something years already. And Jesus is healing me. God is healing me, and I know he is. Because I can feel it. Gigi's been dealing with this for a long time, and I know God's healing her. I know God's healing anybody in here that needs it from addiction. Whatever it may be, God has got his hands on you. You've just got to step out in faith and know that he's doing it. If you're tired of being stuck, being bound, being in the same place, don't wait for the water. Move on the word. Don't wait. Don't think. Move. Speak rise. Pray over people. Speak rise over them. Declare freedom. Call out the breakthrough. When the water isn't moving, God still is. And before this ends, somebody's getting up. Somebody's breaking free. Somebody's walking into a miracle. Because I know they are. I know what they're going through. I've been there recently. And I'm going through it now. But I know he'll never leave me nor forsake me. I know he's got the big picture that I don't see yet. But he knows, I know he's got me. That's what it's all about. Now, I want everybody that's in here tonight, that's kind of where we're going to break it off a little bit. Hey, everybody over there on Facebook. Um, I want everybody in here, or anybody in here that is dealing with something that you need prayers on, whether it be anxiety, depression, addiction, um, financial. I don't care what it is. Put it in the comments so when I get ready to pray over each and every one of y'all tonight, I can pray over those specific things. Because when we call it out, when we have the faith to be able to put it in the comments and call it out, we're going to get it taken care of. Now, I want to just go over this again because a lot of y'all come in a little late, a little later than normal. I want to say thank y'all for the devotion on donating these books to the Appalachian Trail Christmas Backpack Ministries. We have got our first goal, 100 books, which will be here tomorrow. 100 books going to the Appalachian Trail Ministries. We're running this till November. I want to say thank you to the Chapel Jonesboro. I want to say thank you to the people on here that has donated. It's $10 to donate a book. And just because it's $10 don't mean you have to have $10. If all you can afford is $5, that's what the book costs, $5. It's $5 for shipping. But if all you can afford is $5, you just send the $5. You have donated a book. We'll take care of the shipping. You see, I said when a friend of ours told us about this, God laid it on me and I wanted to donate books, my children's book. And that's what I did. I don't even count what I donated in with the number I just gave y'all because I donated separate. But between the Chapel Jonesboro and what y'all did on here, we have got 100 books donated already. Now, Chapel Jonesboro thinks they can do 1,000. And I'm going to challenge them to make it 1,000. But I hope y'all get in here along with it too. If you can afford it, these backpacks, I don't know where it's at. I had a little thing over here. Oh, here it is. They even get these, the little Christmas story in the backpack. They get Bibles. They get school supplies. They get food, clothing. They get all that in backpacks. They get the little question page. You see, this Christmas story tells them everything about what happened in this. They get one of these in each one of the backpacks. That's what it's all about. You see, God laid it on me when she told me about this to donate books. And I've donated. The Chapel Jonesboro's donated. Y'all have donated. And I just want to give a good, heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you that did donate. And if you want to keep donating, look, we're running this to November. You keep on donating. Whatever you can do will be great for us. And like I said, keep me in your prayers. Keep my wife in your prayers with everything we're going through right now. I'm trusting in God with this because I have to have antibiotics through my IV every 8 hours. You see, that's a PICC line they put in the hospital. It runs from there, where it goes in at, right there, all the way up to here, to my heart. Every 8 hours, my wife has to take this put my antibiotics, saline solution first, antibiotics, saline solution after that, heparin, close it all up, make sure it's all cleaned up. We'd run the antibiotics at 10 o'clock at night. It takes 30 minutes to go through, then she has to clean it up. 6 o'clock in the morning. So we have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to run it, and then 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever we're doing. Like tomorrow, we'll be at church. So when we're at church, we're going to have to do the antibiotics and stuff right after we get out of church while we're going to wherever we're going to. And today, we went out to Southern Bell Farms in McDonough. I had to take them 2 of my books up there, which, like I said, the one y'all helped donate, and then Brother Bubba's Redneck Bible Stories. I took that up there to them. They're going to go through those, and they're going to read them and make sure it ain't nothing in there that's not harmful, which it's not. It's Bible stories is what it is. And then they'll give me the okay about putting my books in Southern Bell Farms, which I can't wait for them to give me the okay. And then I'm going to try to get up with them and do an author signing with Southern Bell Farms. I want to try to do an author signing with Barnes & Noble, with Books A Million. Because right now, I've got 2 devotionals already at my publisher and editor, my editor and publishers. I've got my Through the Storm Truck Driver 30-Day Devotional. And then I just got up here earlier this week and done the devotional that a lot of y'all follow me on of Bible in a Minute. I've done a Bible in a Minute devotional. So I've got those 2 devotionals coming up. Now, is any of y'all need any kind of prayer that you want to step out on faith? Whether it be a sickness, a addiction, anxiety, financial, depression, and you don't even have to put the word in there. Just say prayers for me. That's all you got to do. That's stepping out on faith. That's where God's going to come in here and start healing people from different ailments. And I say ailments, and that includes financial ailments. I got you, Christina. Prayers for healing. We got you. Gigi, you know we got you if you're still on here. Anybody else? Because I'm fixing to do a prayer over each and every one of y'all. And I want to get these prayers in here. And like I said, you don't have to say what it's about. Just say prayers. Me. I need them. I need them myself. Me and my wife both. Because I'm still dealing with this medical issue. I'm going to be out till middle to the end of May. So not only am I dealing with the medical issue, but I'm dealing with financial issues because of it. Now, am I worried about it? No, because God's got me. God's got my wife and I together. He's got us taken care of. But I ask for prayers because of the simple fact, 2 or more people are gathered together, there he is also. So, y'all give me all the prayers you can, and my wife, because I'm a pain when I'm sick. Yes, he does. I got Steve too, Gigi. Johnny, we appreciate everything you're doing over here. Do you need any prayers there, Johnny? We all need prayers some way or another. Which, no, I'm going to pray for you no matter what anyway. I hate this new thing that they done for TikTok. Got to match the puzzle piece. I got you, Johnny. We got to match the puzzle piece. When you've been on live, they want you to go on live for 30 minutes, an hour, but yet when you're on live, they want to send a puzzle piece. Hey, here, match the puzzle. Match the puzzle. Match the puzzle. Why match the puzzle? You can see me moving. You can see it's alive. Now, we appreciate you, Johnny. Y'all are all stepping out on faith, and that's what it takes. Sometimes God just steps back and waits to see who's going to step out. And once we step out, then he knows we are looking for the blessings. Because, see, just like me, for the longest period of time, I would always talk about God blessing me before my life got changed. I would always talk about God blessing me, but I'd go and live the way I wanted to live. So he wasn't going to bless me, but he did. He blessed me when he healed me from this infection and the stuff I was going through on my foot over 30 years ago. He gave me 30 years of working. I've been a truck driver for 34 years. And if he hadn't healed my foot the way he did back then, I wouldn't have been able to use a clutch. I wouldn't have been able to do the things I've done. And I thank him for every bit of that, no matter what happens. Just like I talk about Meshach and them going into the fire. You know, God doesn't stop them from going in the fire. And they say it in there that, you know, whether God stops us from going in the fire, that's cool, baby. Whether God stops us going in the fire or not, we're still going to trust in him. And that's what they did. And instead of him stopping them from going in the fire, they went in the fire. But he was right there with them. This thing's getting a little wore out. It keeps falling down on my arm. I'm sorry. And that's what it's all about. But let me go ahead and get these prayers going, get all this carried on. And, you know, I just want to thank y'all for everything that y'all have done. Not just, you know, not just for the books, but the prayers, the coming in here and joining us on our lives. Because, you know, God gives me a word, and I'm sure that whoever he gives it to me for needs to hear it. So I just want to thank each and every one of y'all. Dear Lord, I just thank you for this night. Thank you for the words that you've given me. I needed to hear them just as much as somebody else in here needed to hear them, Lord. Just like everything that I've went through in the past year or so, Lord, I've questioned, but you never forsaken me. Lord, these people here are still going through things too. Christina's needing healing. Gigi and Steve, they need your hand on them. Johnny needs his hand on you, or needs your hand on him, Lord. And I know there's other people in here that was just afraid to speak out. But Lord, I'm standing up for them in faith that you know exactly what they're needing and what they're going through, and that you put your hands on each and every one of them, Lord. Whether it be Facebook, TikTok, Clapper, Lord's Book, whoever it is that needs it, Lord. I want you to put your hands on each and every one of these people that come in here, and even the ones that come and watch the replay, Lord. Because you know we got the replay on YouTube and Facebook. Lord, I want you to put your hands on those people that come in that have the faith just to watch what we were talking about tonight and feel that you were taking care of them, Lord. Lord, I ask you to put your hands on each and every one of these people tonight. Put a hedge of protection around each and every one of them. Give them the peace, the financial freedom, the breakthroughs they need, the doors open, the doors closed. Get rid of the anxiety, the depression, the financial restrictions, Lord. Whatever it may be that they're going through, I want you to get rid of it for them, Lord. I want you to put your hands on each and every one of them, whether they believe or not, Lord. I want you to show them the reason why you are the Almighty. And I ask this all in your blessed name. Amen. I'm glad we could get in here, and this tonight, I needed it just as much as y'all needed it. I guess that's why God laid it on me this week. I've done a couple of Bible in a minutes that was set up towards healing. And just know, the man that we talked about today went 38 years before he was healed. The woman that touched the hem of his robe went 12 years before she got the healing. But because they both had the faith that they needed, they were healed. She was made whole because she had faith more than just seeing him. She knew if she just touched him, she'd be healed. And that's what it's all about. Look, if y'all don't go to church somewhere, go to church tomorrow. Join me on Facebook. I have the Chapel Jonesboro on Facebook. You can find the Chapel Jonesboro on YouTube, Facebook. They're always there. That's the church I belong to. That's the church I go to. Remember, Tracy and I love you. God loves you. We just want to spread God's word for y'all to touch whoever it may be that needs it. And like I said, doesn't matter where you are, what you're going through. If you need something, all you got to do is send a message, and I will reply back. It may take me a little bit, but I'm always checking my Facebook, my TikToks, my YouTubes, my Lord's Book, my Clapper. I'm always checking all of them. So if you need them, let me know. If you need prayers in any given time of day, whatever it may be, just send me a message. Hey, I need prayers, and I'll start praying for you. Gigi, we love you. Johnny, we love you. Christina, glad you could come join us. We love you. Y'all have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend. I will be here next Saturday. And hey, y'all get an update next Saturday. I got to go to the orthopedist next Friday. So hopefully, when I go there next Friday, I'll get stitches out. I'll be able to walk, because they're not letting me walk, and it's driving me absolutely nuts. But like my wife says, I need to do what the doctor tells me, because like I said on one of my Bible in a minutes, and you can go back and look on it. One of them was, back then, I was healed back then. I may not have been completely healed, but I pushed myself straight back to work because I needed to take care of my family. I didn't do what doctors told me to do back then. And I've got to do what I'm supposed to do, or stepping out in faith so God will put his hand on me and heal me. Johnny, love you, brother. We love all y'all. If you need anything, send me a message. We'll see you on the flip side. Adios, amigos. See your rewards. I got rewards.